ये टाइम पास क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो हमारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who ask you, live at zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy. Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. All the contemplative seekers of truth, they came together and they were discussing as to what is this world, who we are, where from we have come, where from the world has come, where the world ends, how long the world is going to exist. These are the questions. As I told you the other day, one child asked this question. When the world is created, where from the world begins, how long the world remains, and when the world ends. 4 questions. So simple. When we get up from the sleep, world is created. Now where from the world begins? From our body identification. Then the third, how long the world remains till the body identification is continued. Where the world ends in dissociation with our body identification. Over. See friends, if you catch this in letter and spirit, you have no problems. Again and again reflect on this. Whenever we are disturbed, thinking all the time. This is not contemplation, this is frustration. See, by looking at the eyes of the people, you can know whether that person is relaxed or tense. It is said, tabla and dimag हमेशा चढ़ा के नहीं रखते. Therefore, they, instead of worrying, they contemplated dhyana yoga. Now what is dhyana yoga? Dhyana yoga is go to the source. So they did it and they came to know that the truth is the substratum of everything and it is hidden by its own potentiality. See? Hidden by its own potentiality means what? I have a potentiality to sing. This is just example. Thank God I don't have. Or else I would have suffered. See? So, whenever I will get chance, I want to sing. See? The other day, probably here or somewhere, one lady, she came. Swamiji, I have been listening to you. I said, very good. Now, if you want me to sing bhajans for you before your satsang, I will come. I said, okay, I will tell you. And I never told her. See, you observe this thing. All the singers, they are not singing for God. They are doing a performance in front of the audience. Spiritual life is not a performance. In the yoga also they do the same thing. I am aware, I am sitting in the yoga institution. See? When the students learn few asanas here and there, then there will be presentation on the stage. So they will be doing something, Padmasana and then all animal asanas, and then they will be showing and all that, and then clapping, like that. Because we want to show. See, friends, remember this principle. Spiritual life is not becoming extraordinary. Remain ordinary. Nobody should even suspect we are walking the spiritual path. In this manner, when they came to know that there is one truth which is supporting everything. Now, what is everything? 3 factors. Experiencer, experienced, and experiencer. All of them are supported by the same reality. After having come then they come say, now what is that which is experienced by the wise man? So the 4th mantra I am reading. If you like, you read. Otherwise, who cares? Tamekanemim trivrutam shodashantam शतार्धारं विंशति प्रत्यराभिः अष्टकै षड्भिर्विश्वरूपैकपाशम् त्रिमार्गभेदं द्विनिमित्तैकमोहम्. So they came to know what is that which is supported by this reality. They started thinking on this. What is that? So there are so many of them. First is the tameka nemim trivrutam. The 3 factors cover the reality. Shodashantam, the 16 factors cover the reality. Shatardharam, 50 of them control the reality. Vinshati pratyabhihi, and there are 20 of the spokes, and ashtakaihi, and there are 8 factors, and then shadbihi, and then by the 6 of them, vishwarupaihi, ekapasham, the one bondage, trimargavedam, there are 3 experiences, dvinimittaika moham, the delusion on account of 2 things. Now this is what is 1, 3, 16, 50. This is what we have to slowly understand. It's not difficult. See? So what is they have seen? They have seen tam ekanemim, that one potentiality which is expressing the reality in so many different ways. See? Man, a child, his reproductive potentiality is not enlivened. Therefore, he will not think about marriage. But as he or she grows, when this potentiality to procreate becomes active or is ready to become active, then similar kind of thoughts start coming. There was one child when I was studying. We used to tease him. Come, you go and sit with the girls. No, I don't. I hate girls. I don't know. But you have to get married. I'll get married to a man, not to a girl. I hate them. Now he has got 3 children and a beautiful wife. See? That time, that potentiality of procreation was not active. The moment it becomes active, then various kinds starts happening. he becomes the husband, then he becomes the father, then he becomes the father-in-law. All of them come out of one because of the one potentiality, that is the ability to procreate. So, to that potentiality, these people came to realize. And this is called by various ways. See? Tam ekanemi yoni karanam avyakrita akasha parama vyoma maya prakriti shakti tamaha avidya chaya ajnanam anrutam avyaktam. These are so many names, words indicating the same reality. See? And thereafter, what happens? This one is now creating the various factors. Now this potentiality has got three aspects, that is sattva, rajas, tamas. Yesterday I told you, sattva refers to the knowledge, rajas refers to the activity, and tamas refers to the matter or dravya. Now be very attentive, deep top thought. Cause is always established with reference to the effect. When we go to the doctor, we don't tell him the disease unless we are Indian. When we go to the doctor, Doctor Sahab, एक आध इंजेक्शन ठोक दो यार, बहुत अरे. Let him decide. So what we do, we tell him the symptoms. Now from the symptoms, he arrives at the cause. So what is this world? We don't know. What are the symptoms of this world? Three things. Knowledge, activity, and matter. Dravya. Three things. Okay. What is the cause of dravya, matter? Cause of dravya, matter. That is called a tamo guna. Okay. What is the cause of the activity? It's called rajo guna. What is the cause of the knowledge? Sattva guna. Nobody has till date seen these three gunas. Because they are inferred. See friends, therefore, these three gunas, they are covering the Paramatma. Now how come the same reality is everything? When these examples are given, that the gold is the cause of ornaments, easier to understand. Because when you hold the ornament, you can feel. And when you hold the gold, you can feel the same thing, you can understand. But this world has got sentiency and inertness, both. How can the same thing become sentient and inert? How it could be one? It is here the greatness of our scriptures come. See, in all the religions except Vedanta Shastra, see, they talk about the Chetana as God and not the matter. See? Therefore, give food to the poor, they understand. Give food to the dogs. But everything is the truth. How it can be understood? The inert world is Paramatma, the sentient is Paramatma. How can we understand this? Now here, we have to take an example to understand. See? You take fire and apply it to water in a pan, and the pan is kept with the water on the stove and light. So what is the fire? It has got two attributes. One is light, second is heat. Now that water will be able to express only the heat aspect of the fire, not the light aspect. Does it mean that the fire has got only one quality? Then apply the same fire to a piece of wood. There both the things will express, light as well as heat. Therefore, What is the reason that in one place it is only the heat and in other place both light and heat? Because of the upadhi conditioning through which the same fire is expressing. So differences are aupadhika because of the conditionings, not because of the Paramatma. See, the same electricity expressing through the bulb as light, through the fan as activity, movement. Are there different types of electricities or what? Think. Who can think? He who is not carrying the burden of the world on his head. See, friend, relax. Don't become tense. Class होने तो दिखाते. Relax. See. So, these sattva, rajas, tamas, they are covering the reality, and the tamoguna is the upadhi, the conditioning, the inert world happens. Then sattva guna is the upadhi, then the sentient world happens, and then the activity, the rajoguna. Therefore, as much the stone is God, that much the one who is worshipping is also God. But what happens? For the masses, it is not possible to understand. So they are told, go to the Shiva temple and do the puja. So what is being done? Be attentive. This is called as bhavana sadhana. You have to do the bhavana. Bhavana happens by practice. So when we go to Shiva temple and we see the bull sitting there, so that bull we don't call bull, we call Nandi, Bhagavan. An ignorant person or a child will come and ride on that. Now he doesn't know what it is. See? So as much God is in the worshipped Shiva, that much he is in the worshipper Nandi. So this training we have to give ourselves. Is it not the training that we are giving to ourselves? We are told we are Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. What is the logic? Then we are told, no, we are Indians. Only fixed right from childhood. See, friends. So this bhavana only is to be changed. Now what is our present bhavana? I am man, I am woman, I am beautiful, I am awful, I am intelligent, I am not intelligent. Again and again that is being bombarded. Slowly we come to that knowledge, then I am so and so. See? This is how the world remains created and we get lost in that. But with this knowledge, when we come to know, it is the bhavana that we have done, that I am man, woman, young, old, etc. Now do the contrary bhavana. What is the contrary bhavana? Aham Brahmasmi, I am divine. Am I because of the body or the body is because of me? When we are not identified with our body as in dream, do we cease to exist? In deep sleep, we are not identified with the body. We continue to exist. So we are independent of body. Do this bhavana. See, friends. And the body also we are not created. We may claim, I am a self-made man. Body is not created by us, rather listen to us. And yet we are lost in that stupidity. And thereafter, I want to remain healthy. All the yoga people, what do they say? If you do yoga regularly, you will be healthy and live long. For what? See? All the terrorists, the world around, they are all healthy. Have you ever seen or heard that a terrorist has come with AK-47 and he tells, hey, hold for a moment, there is a catch in my back. See, friends, health and longevity cannot be the goal of life. See, there was a Sethji. He heard about computers. So he told his Munim, hey Munim, get some compu. अच्छा वाला ले आओ देख करके. कंप्यूटर देख के अच्छा ले आओ. Don't worry about money. Best one, buy it. Got it. Now, क्या करता है? Said जी, he can do the totals. 2 rupees sabji, 50 paisa pan. देखो. Oh, very good. He is very happy with that. And a computer can do the totals perfectly well. Thereafter, he was taking only that much job out of that computer for what he has spent lakhs and lakhs. Exactly the same way. We have got the infinite potentiality. Instead of that, we are like that Sethji. ये खाओ वो खाओ अरे राम राम. There is much more thing in life. But our whole life is only either earn money or indulge, get tired, exhausted, come sleep, again ready to do the same thing. Are we not fed up and ashamed of repeating the same thing again and again? Dekho Maharaj, nobody will be able to help us. We have to help ourselves. So this sattva, rajas, tamas, these three. Therefore, world of experience, experience of the world and the experiencer. These three things are hiding our divinity that we are. Now we cannot do anything with the world. World is like this, what can you do? But we have freedom and ability to do something on ourselves. What is that? When we go to sleep on the bed, is it the bed benefited or we are benefited? When we take food, is it the food benefited or we are benefited? We are studying the Upanishad. Is it Upanishad benefited or we are benefited? See, our life should be such that we are not a burden to ourselves. Most of us are burden to ourselves. How? I am miserable as a husband, as a wife, as a mother-in-law, as a daughter-in-law. Who can help us? We are carrying the burdens of the non-existing imaginations. Then you may do anything. See? You may do, what do you call that? Kriya, Basrika. करते रहो, कुछ नहीं होगा. Or you may go on doing, what is that, which Kriya? कपाल भाती. कपाल भाती फॉर क्या मेरे नसीब में लिखा है. We do it. But what is the purpose that we are doing? Are we benefited or not? And what is the benefit? Have a beautiful car, but you also must know how to drive the car. In the same manner, we have got the best instrument in the world, our body. Now this body, this mind has to be utilized to our benefit. Otherwise, we are like that Sethji. So, sattva, rajas, tamas, by these three factors, our divinity is covered. They discovered it in their contemplation. Yoga dhyanat or dhyana yoga. See, ध्यान देते हैं, ध्यान करते नहीं. When I say be attentive, I don't say become attentive. The moment you become, you are not attentive. See? Then there are 16 modifications which are covering our divinity. They came to discover. Which are those 16? The 5 great elements and 5 Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas, 15, and 1 mind. These 16 factors are covering our divinity. Objects, then the corresponding sense organs, the corresponding organs of action, 15, and all of them taking us to where? To the mind. So these 16 factors are covering our divinity that we are. Now about this one important example. One of my friend, he told me, he came, elderly man, more than 75, 80, 85. He said, Swamiji, a good news. I said, third time? No, I am not married now. Now means what? Earlier, yes. Then I have given up smoking. What is great about it? I don't smoke. Then what you will understand? What is the meaning of giving up smoking? See? Then I asked him, now tell me, because my life is learning from every interaction. Learn. Then you are walking spiritual path. When you were smoking for so many years, how many years you smoke? 60 years, my God, so many years. Yes. That time, suppose you were happy by unit, X unit of happiness, when I smoked for 60 years. Very good. Now you have given up. Yes. Now how much is your happiness? Now X multiplied by infinite. I'm so happy. See? The real joy is not in indulgence. The real joy is renunciation. Tyage naike amritattva manush. Once we understand, know this, then we don't have to do. It happens. See? This is what we have to understand, that these are the 16 factors which are making us enslaved. Worldly objects, likes and dislikes, our weaknesses, our uncontrolled sense organs, our uncontrolled activities, and running after the world. As a result, our own divinity is covered like the suitcase space is covered by the unwanted contents. And then we complain, come on, suitcase is very small, I have to put something more. Now what should I do? Add some space. How can I add space? Can't be added. Why? Because the space is not in the suitcase is in the space. You cannot add anything. You cannot destroy anything. It's okay, your lecture, but now what should I do? Now, remove the 7th pair of shoes. We are going for 7 days. You have got 7 different color saris and water clothes. Therefore, matching 7 pairs of shoes. Who is going to look at you? People have got better things to look at. But we have that notion, the world is looking at me. See? People look at cartoons. See, friends, The moment you reduce the content of the suitcase, space is already there. Exactly the same way. The moment we reduce the impact of the 16 factors, the 5 objects, then 5 jnanendriyas, karmendriyas, and the mind. Don't get too much influenced by them. Use them. Let them not use us. So, these 16 factors, they are covering our divinity. Then, 50 spokes. It is the wheel of life. 16 spokes. And what are those? They are 5 of them, and they are grouped. One is Viparyaya. I'll tell you the English meaning also. Second is Ashakti. Third is Tushti. And fourth is Siddhi. So 4 of them make totally 50. The subclasses are different. See? So, what is the Viparyaya? Viparyaya is Tamas, Moha, Mahamoha, Tamisra. Tamas means laziness. Moha means delusion. Mahamoha means we are established in the delusion. I am body. You may say anything. Tell something different. All the time only you are not the body, I am not the body. Yes, I know. I am not that body. But this body I am. Arey Dumbo. I am body is not the problem. The problem is this body I am, that body I am not. Samsara begins. Either accept everybody as me or discard this limited body as me. What is easier? The second one or the first one, depending upon the individual. Therefore, tamas, then moha, mahamoha, although we hear, listen, yet we are the same, no change at all. Tamisra, extreme darkness, unable to even understand. Although we go to satsang, listen, and yet no change comes in us. Therefore, one of the things which I had discovered, the vision of God, Bhagwan ka darshan, has nothing to do with your spiritual life. See? You must have seen there are many devotees, they refer to their Guru as Bhagwan, Guru Bhagwan. And they stay with that Guru Bhagwan, not for a day or two, but for 20, 30, 40 years, doing the seva, everything. Yet you see their individual life. So disgusting. Meaning, if you have seen God and if it has not changed you, then what is the fun of having the vision of God? It will be like what? Reading the menu and by hearting the menu, but the hunger is still there. See? Therefore, this Tamisra. And the fifth one is the Andhatamisra. That means it cannot be cured. Next life, this life is gone. These are the 5 Viparya. Viparya means options. One of the simple technique of spiritual life is don't give yourself any options. How? Whatever is ought to be done, must be done, relax. Lesser the choice, more the happiness. And to avoid the choices, our Mahamantra is living at 0 complaint level. No complaints. Therefore, these are the 5 Viparya. Then, Ashakti. Ashakti is inability to do something. They are of 28 types. Then the Tushti, contentment, is of 9 types. And the Siddhi is about 8 types. Ashtasiddhi. In this manner, all of them, they make 50. So these 50 pratyaya, they are the one which are covering our divine nature. Then the 8 differences or the varieties or the fractions of the matter are again 8. And when we get identified with them, then we are caught up in that in this manner. These are the 50 spokes which are covering our divinity, and the hub is covered or hidden behind it. Therefore, we have to again and again. Now, all the details I will not tell you. It won't mean anything. Tushti I can tell you. Tushti is what? When you read something, you have heard it or you heard it. Yes. Yes, I read Bhagavad Gita. When I was a child, we were told read Bhagavad Gita, so I read it. Now what is your read? 90 not out. What is Bhagavad Gita? No, I read it like. This is called as alam bhava. Never be content with your spiritual practice. The moment it will come, now I know something. You just give yourself one single simple choice, and all the things that you have achieved will be destroyed. One person was going on a very high climb, and sometimes walking, sometimes steps. Those of you who have gone to Girnar mountain, they know it is there. So one of my friends, we are going, sometimes you have to walk, sometimes you have to climb, again walk. And after, now only a little bit remaining, I'm okay. And toward the end, he just took it for granted and last one step, rest the steps took care, came rolling down. Therefore, do not give a single choice but the discipline. See? No, by mistake. No, mistakes are not allowed. No, I knew I am an electrical engineer and I know what happens if you touch the live wire, but by mistake, die. No, but I didn't do intentionally, it doesn't make any difference. Therefore, this tushti is only knowing is not enough. That knowledge must be converted into experience. Only eating food is not enough. When the food is eaten, it must be digested, assimilated, then it will support the tissue built up, it will give the energy, and it will maintain the life comfortably. But if the food is taken, it is not digested, then what will happen? It will be vomited. In the same manner, tushti. I know Bhagavad Gita, I know Upanishad, tushti. I have studied so many of them. But what is the life? It is the vomission. Telling everybody, देखो Bhagavad Gita पढ़ो. See what Bhagavad Gita says, karmanyevadhikaraste. What are the other 3 parts? You know that. This fellow doesn't know. See friends, it is so important. This is called tushti bhav. No. Therefore, one feels that because I know yoga or this Sankhya or Gita, no, it is not enough. It must be implemented and converted into experience. Then only we will be protecting us from ourselves. The second thing is, somebody feels, if I take a sannyas, I'll be fulfilled. There was one person from Canada, and he called me, Swamiji, I want to come to India, go to Himalayas, take sannyas and get realized. Now, I was crying, could not even laugh. And who was that? He was highly educated, in a big institution, then he was retired, and now I have done everything. Now I want to do the last thing. I want to take sannyas and get realized. Is it like getting a visa in Pakistan? See? No, no, tell me. First of all, I want to have a guru. Then I said, I must talk his language. I asked him, what is your budget? We have got budget gurus. And then I had to go to Himalayas. Where should I go? I said, first of all, get a budget guru. But where I had to go? I said, there are many guru malls in Haridwar, Rishikesh. Go there. You can get sannyas anytime, anywhere. And your choice. You tell what name you want. They give you that name, Gadbadananda, Gadbadananda. It's all useless. See, Bhagavan Shankaracharya writes, Dehanyaso hi sannyasa, naiva kasha yavasasa, naham deho mahatmeti nischayam dhyana lakshanam. Sannyasa is not by putting the colored clothes. We are tailor-made Babaji. See, in a tailor shop, this was the board which I read. God created man, we create gentlemen. If we all come out in the God's creation, what a tragedy it will be. Therefore, only by taking to sannyas nothing happens. But they feel this is all, tushti. Then the third thing is, no, I know now everything. Why should I take to sannyas? I will not take. See? Both ways. Now why they say, no, we know all the sannyasis are like that. See, friend, be very attentive. Once I was going by train, and many years before, I was pretty young that time. And in the train, in UP Bihar area. So there was some newspaper, Hindi newspaper, and the co-passenger, he showed me one news. And the news was, एक सन्यासी किसी की लड़की चुरा के भाग गया. And he showed me. पढ़ो. So I read. पढ़ लिया? Yes. I said, yes, I know reading. What you have understood? I said, that depends on your training, what you have understood. देखो ना, ये सन्यासी किसी की लड़की लेके भाग गया. I said, this is what is written, but what you understood. सन्यासी सीता को ले गया था, ये रावण ले गया था. रावण ने सन्यासी के भेष में सीता को ले गया था. तो किसी चोर ने सन्यासी के भेष में किसी की लड़की चुरा के ले गया. दिस इज व्हाट आई हैव अंडरस्टूड, व्हाट यू हैव अंडरस्टूड. देखो संतो, the understanding depends on your ability to interpret and implement that knowledge in your life. Otherwise, somebody will say something, hey, Babaji, log chor hote. You are right. Chor only come in the Babaji form. That doesn't mean all the Babajis are chor. See, friends. Therefore, we have to have the courage. Yes, in this bad area, bad time also, we are confident of what we are. Otherwise, as Upanishad says, Naya Matma Balahini Nalabhya. No. People मजाक उड़ाते हैं. चूड़िया पहन के घर में बैठो. Because nobody is using that, neither the ladies nor gents. तुम बैठो ऐसा. So, then the fourth one. They are content what? Nothing happens, Whatever will be in our prarabdha, that we will get. Lazy. दैव आलसी पुकारा. देखो, तुलसीदास जी's Ramayana, Ramcharitmanas, this comes in the mouth of Lakshman ji. When Bhagwan Ram was to cross the ocean, it was so difficult. So, Then Bhagwan Ram thought, let me do the prayer. He said, no, no prayer. Take out your arrow and dry the whole ocean. See? Shataha shattena tadyate. Tukaram Maharaj says, Aisha nara mozuni maravya paisara. लातों के भूत बातों से नहीं मानते. See? Therefore, मेरा भाग्य होगा तो मिल जाएगा. Work hard. There is nothing like prarabdha. You have to work hard. Otherwise, I don't know what is my prarabdha. When I was coming, a terrible accident happened. Then what happened? No, actually, I took a wrong lane. One lady was going, and her husband saw on his phone she was going a wrong way. So he called, honey, darling, you have taken a wrong route. You are going the wrong side. No, darling, all are going wrong side. I am right. So what can you do to that lady? Therefore, then next one. It is impossible to attain fulfillment in life, impossible to get more and more money. Therefore, then we become pessimistic. Devile anante taishe chirave jehi vidhi rakhe rona mat. Work hard. See? Probably yesterday I told you, succeed and discard the success. That is spiritual life. One person asked me, young man, must be mid-20s or so, very lazy, and he was a victim of some ashram. He came to me. Swamiji, I don't know what I should do. He was like a zombie, doing so much of asana, meditation, doing puja, every kind of thing. And after 7-8 years, he used to write me. I said, don't write, I am not replying you. Come and attend my satsang, thereafter I will talk to you. So he came with his parents. He said, I don't know what I should do. I said, you go where from you got everything. Now they have kicked me out. I said, I want to kick you out also. Now tell me something. I don't have to do anything, but I should earn money. I said, you have got some funds? Yes. I said, open a Sulabh Shauchalaya. They will do. You will get money. Lazy? We should be like typical Indians. Eat a bite of a sugar cane and chew and swallow every drop of the juice and throw that remaining on the floor, on the road. Exactly the same way. Succeed in your life and discard the success. Friends, whenever we are carrying the burden of security, we have not stepped on the spiritual path. How important it is. We are doubtful. To what extent the security? Like the child has the security in the lap of his mother. See? Therefore, next one is earning money is very difficult, and after earning to protect it is also difficult, and then after you have got money you cannot even give it to others, and therefore better not to earn money. No, earn, produce wealth. Never get retired in life. The biggest problem in the world today is, not only in India, throughout the world, their demography has changed so much. One of my friends is no more. I used to call him Kaka. He used to live in Dadar. Sometime when I come from somewhere, I used to go spend some time. Old couple, very great fun. It is a great fun to be with the old couple. Give one chabi and then watch from a distance. Whatever he says, she will deny. Whatever she says, he will deny. And your time pass ho jata hai. So, he says, Swamiji, these days I always forget the things. So I go to get the things what she asked me to buy. So to remember, I tie a knot to my angavastra and I go down and 2, 3. So I tie 2, 3, 4 knots and go. So I should bring them. I go down on no lift, 3, 4 step these floors I have to go down, and then I forget which knot is for what. Again I come up. I don't know what should I do. Please tell me. Wife. Swamiji, don't go. He only complains. How do you remember that you forget? How beautiful it is. How do you remember that you forget? Only troubling Swamiji. You better. Bichara Buddha. Then I had a pity on him. So I asked him, Kaka, how many years you are retired? And how many years job you had? Swamiji, I worked for 22 years. And I am taking pension for last 60 years. My pension is more than the total salary that I earned in my life. How the government will survive? The wealth producers are few. Consumers are more. Therefore, if you are walking spiritual path, never retire in life. Work till the last day and produce wealth. Whatever area you are, don't retire. Empty mind, devil's workshop. We must have something to look forward to in life. Then life is lived. Otherwise, no, we have got sufficient bank balance, I don't no worry about the money, I got this insurance also. And then what? Like a pig eat and sleep. No. Never retire in life. Therefore, this is another kind of contentment. Then some of them, they see the shortcomings in the worldly objects and then they say, now I have given up smoking. Now I am happy. So first we indulge, then we give up, and this is how we discover contentment. And then whatever things which are creating attraction in our mind, we again and again do not allow ourselves to get into it, and therefore we become very proud. Earlier I was a very weakling. I know sweet is not good for me, yet I used to eat. But now I have taken a firm decision. No means no. Contentment of that kind. And then next one, the 9th contentment is, see, killing the animals and eating is no good. And therefore, I am not taking non-vegetarian, I am a vegetarian. The types of contentment we are learning. See? These are all the tricks of our mind to cover our divinity that we are. Those who are vegetarians, they condemn the non-vegetarians. So what business we have got to condemn somebody's food habit? If you don't want to eat, don't eat. But condemning somebody's food habits, no, we are not right. We are not appointed. That is not spiritual life. See? If you are sitting with your vegetarian, somebody comes take knowledge, let him take. Why you worry? You should worry if he plucks your finger and eats. Otherwise, it is okay. See? Unnecessarily getting angry, and then there is one new brand has come. You all know about it. Not only vegetarian. I am vegan. Wow. These are all useless things. More than what you eat, whatever you eat, how do you eat? Do you enjoy eating? Or you complain all the time? Discover contentment with whatever you have. Santoshat anuttama sukhalabha. You know, you are yoga students. See, one of the niyama is Shaucha Santosha Tapaswadhyaya Ishwar Pranidhanani Niyamaha. And in the third pad, Patanjali Maharshi says, Santoshat Anuttama Sukhalabha. Contentment leads to unparalleled bliss. See? Therefore, these 9 kind of contentments cover our divine nature, and we are lost in that. Those who are doing the japa, they are only japa is only, nothing else. See, I went somewhere today, and they are all the japa people. So, when you take food, uh, who is benefited? The food or we? We are benefited. If we sleep, who is benefited? We or the bed? Think. So when we are chanting the Lord's name, who is benefited? God or we? See, if we are studying Upanishad, is the book benefited? Upanishad benefited? We should be benefited, is it not? Are we benefited? Instead of that, arrogance above that. I have studied this, I have studied. See, friends, therefore, when we are doing the japa, God is not benefited. He doesn't want that we should take His name. On the contrary, I feel pity on Bhagwan Ram. He is the most tortured God in our Hindu culture. Every time Dick and Harry, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram. You can imagine one, kind of insect coming near your cut. See? Constantly troubling that poor Ram. That is the reason why Bhagwan Ram has a Hanumanji. When the devotees eat his head beyond limit, Bhagwan says, Hanumanji, chup, lagave, don't eat his head. If you are chanting the Lord's name, doing the japa, who is benefited? God or we? So what is the benefit? Benefit is you are at peace with yourself. Are you at peace with yourself? Addictions are not only of drinks and drugs. Anything without which you cannot live is an addiction. See? One lady asked me this question. Swamiji, I am doing japa and everything, but all the problems of life are remaining like that only. Mind is disturbed, and I don't know what. My children don't listen to me, although I am doing japa. What a logic. What should I do? I said, I'll tell you a technique. But then I don't like arguments. You listen or you don't listen. I don't care. Once I tell something, the topic is over. No further discussion. Yes. Stop doing japa. So I said, no discussion. You do or you don't do. I don't care. See? Then what will happen if you do something japa every day? Don't do japa. Then, I have not done japa. I don't know. God is angry or what. I think, friends, remember, our mind should be free from any impressions as a result of our activities in life. What is life? When you do something, either success or a failure. Two options. If there is a success, it's a gain. Failure, loss. If there is a gain, it's a joy. If there is a loss, it's a misery. Remain equanimous to these complementary opposites. How? See, experience without experiencer. When we succeed, oh, you must have seen these tennis matches on the TV. When they hit a particular shot, they get a point. Oh, I have done that. And next time, again they hit, but it goes wrong. Then they break their racket. So we are constantly reacting in life. Spiritual practice is don't react, only act. How to act? Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%. Meaning what? Be 100%. Like what? Karnataka. We all have to play different roles in our life. Not one role, many roles. So depending on the role, whatever you have to play it perfectly well. But after the role is over, change your costume. See, one of my friend, he was a brigadier. So this happened in Bangalore. So when I went to his house, he says, Swamiji, I'll be little late, but made arrangement to take care of you when you go home. I said, okay, don't worry. When I went home, his wife received me. We were sitting together having nice snacks and tea and all that. And he came. He said, Swamiji, I'm sorry. Then he said to his wife, have you given everything to Swamiji? She said, you are not in the office. Behave properly. Now what I mean, you have to change your role. See? And once you get this knack, you have learned a real spiritual life. But all the time, we carry the burden. And then we make a mess of our life. Therefore, these things are covering our divine nature. How deep these subjects are. It's not a upar. If you want to get the diamonds, we have to go deep. Dive deep. Then only the pearls are available. On the surface, you get only the surf. You go deep. And going deep doesn't mean don't disturb. Meditation, andar gaya, nikal aaya. No. Going deep is like what? Like being space. Supports everything, doesn't get influenced by anything. And you know the beauty? We don't have to do anything. So what we have to do, that when I see different colors, my eye should not get colored. I see the green color, do the eyes become green? I see the red color, do the eyes become red? No. So what sadhana I had to do? But what we do, I like this green color, I don't like the red color, red. Let's Samsara is created. And what is the logic behind likes and dislikes? No logic. Watch this. Right from childhood till date, how many priorities we have changed. How many likes and dislikes we have changed. How many things what we used to run for, now run away. And yet we have not learned that our mind is making us a dance to the tune of its stupidity. Therefore, these great seekers, they were Dhyana Yoga. They came to discover there is but one reality which is supporting the total manifestation. And this manifestation itself is covering the reality. Like the father created the son, thereafter the son covered the father. Dad, you don't understand, keep shut. Because he doesn't have courage to kick the son out of the house. It's so important it is. So, the further thing, there will be many things like the Ashtasiddhis are there, and thereafter there are spokes. All that thing we'll see in our tomorrow's class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.